So my name is Bo Chason. I was a past competitor at the World Skills Competition in Leipzig, Germany in 2013. And that was a while ago now. So it's fun to kind of get back into it and try some stuff out. We'll see if you can learn something.
Hey, my name is Cassandra Beredo from Quebec, and I compete in car painting in 2015 in Brazil, Sao Paulo, at the World Skills. So yeah, I'm very happy to be here with you doing stuff in robotic.
Oh yeah. Okay, so today we're gonna build a beetle bot. So I've got kind of a small one here, and it's gonna look a lot better than it does right now for you. So you're gonna have quite a few components in there. So the one thing in your hand, that's your battery pack. You should have two motors as well. Yeah. And then you should also have two single pole double throw switches.
Oh boy.
They're just the little ones that you can click in. Yeah, those are them. And then you'll have a smaller switch as well. That's going to be our power switch. Yeah. And then you should also have a paper clip. And then a bead. I'm not sure which color I sent you. Nope. Little bead or a ball.
Oh, indeed, indeed. Okay.
That's it. The green one. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, those other pieces are just kind of 3D printed parts that I made. And that makes up your body that we're going to kind of attach everything to.
Okay.
So, do you understand how stuff works, I guess?
Nope.
Not at all? Okay, perfect. You should also have some batteries. So let's do something fun first. So if you take your batteries out, they're in that cardboard box. Yeah. So if you put that into your clip, and now you should have a black and a red wire on the front. Yeah, those are them. Just the two of them. Yeah. So if you touch those to your motor, it's going to move. So want to do that, you're going to have two little contacts on the motor. Yeah. So there's just a little metal tab. You see them on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you press each wire on one on each, it's going to move.
Yeah, boy.
Whole point of this BeetleBot is that when you send current one way, when you have your positive on one side and the negative on the other way, the motor is going to spin one way. And then if you do the opposite, it spins in the opposite direction. So using that little bit of knowledge with our limit switches and everything else, we're going to make a little robot that will race around on the ground. And when it hits a wall, it's going to back up by reversing the current, and then it'll get out of the wall and keep going. There you go. Okay. First things first then. You see the 3D printed piece? There's like the weird one that looks like a cross.
Okay.
Okay, so you see the purple pieces.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so those two. You can snap those together. There's a little, they kind of snap into place. On the little tabs, kind of. I should have mine apart better, but
Yeah.
See if I can get mine apart here. It's all wired up, but see how mine's kind of in one piece? So there's your two pieces like that, and they go together.
What the?
I know it's a little tough to see, but I've got that one piece.
Yeah.
And it's got the tabs here.
Yep.
And then it goes into the bottom of the big piece, and it kind of just presses into place.
What is the bottom?
Yeah, that one. So if you hold that other way, you have your cross like that.
Okay.
And then this other piece comes in and they snap in. I'm not sure if you can really see that, but there's a little groove that it fits in. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Perfect. Off to a rocky start. That's okay. So now if you take your battery clip, and we're going to put that upside down, and it snaps into place through the little grooves. So you see the grooves on their inside of the chassis, kind of your main piece. On the back side. Yeah. So if you hold in your left hand, flip it upside down. Or is that your, oh, it's reverse.
I have no idea what I'm doing now.
That's okay. So you have your two pieces. They're together, right?
Yep.
Now.
Yours is black. I cannot
I know,
see
it doesn't help. It makes it a little tough. But it's together, and then you take your battery piece, and it goes kind of on the inside. And it clips.
Oh, here.
Yeah, just like that. And the
Okay.
wires are facing the right way, so that's perfect. So you might have
So
to
there's two wires here.
yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
So you'll kind of have to put them in together and then bend the piece into place, and it'll clip around the battery holder.
It doesn't.
It kind of flexes in.
Stay there. Okay, just 1 second. I'm gonna do.
Oh, good. Some tape to hold it. Perfect.
Okay. Well. Okay.
Okay.
So two wire in the front here or the other side. It doesn't matter.
You need the wires the other way.
The other way.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. So now. Okay.
Perfect. So now it's all together, right?
Yep.
Sweet. So now what we'll do is we'll take your limit switches. So the little black switch that clicks. Yeah, sure. Those two. So you can kind of press them in, right? And you'll hear them click. Yeah. So how these work is there is 3 different contacts on them. And when you don't press them, the one contact in the middle, your common, will go to the, I think it's the outside. So it's kind of, you can have current flow one way, and when you press the button, it'll stop and go the other way. So your contacts are, you have a normally closed and normally open. And you can slide those kind of in, if you can see this. There's
Okay.
some tabs on the front, and you want the same orientation for the switches. See how close
Like this.
Yeah, that's it. And you can kind of just push it until it gets snug in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Woo-hoo. Okay.
Looking good.
Show
And
me
then
again.
same way. They kind of do
Okay.
the opposite. Yeah. Okay, we're almost there. So you can take your little switch, the third one you have, and that's our power switch. So what we do for that is it goes in the back. So you see in the very back, yeah, kind of, you can put it so it faces down. So if you're holding it this way, upright, you just push the little switch in through the bottom, I believe. It kind of is tight.
Is it here?
In the back, yeah. There's that little rectangle for it. So if you push that in from the bottom, yeah, right there.
Okay, from the like. Oops.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Okay. It's laughing at me. Okay. Oh wait.
Looks good.
It's not clipped.
It'll be a little snug. You'll have to kind of work it back and forth.
Okay, I put some tape there. I'm just gonna cut it. Okay. Oh shush. Okay. Oh,
Got some pliers to pinch it in. Oh, that'll work.
Oopsie. Oh yeah, the bird. Here, you don't want to go there.
Doesn't want to go in.
Oh, I got it.
Got it. Perfect. Okay, so the last thing.
Oh, it's a switch.
You can slip your motors in. So what you do for those guys is, you see those contacts we were hooking up to later to turn them on and off? Those are gonna be on the outside and they just kind of slide in. So if you see how I'm holding mine, you're gonna slide it in through the top with the contacts on the outside. Yeah, just like that. And it's just a friction fit, so it should just slide in and hold in place. Yep, that looks good. Okay, and then we can make the back piece too if you'd like. So you've got your pliers. If you want to make that paper clip as straight as possible, so kind of unravel the paper clip. Yeah. Make it straight. Now take your little green bead and put it in the middle of it. And just kind of hold it up and make sure it's right in the center. Now take your pair of needle nose pliers. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna bend it kind of close to it. Keep it in the middle and bend one. You can either hold the bead and just kind of flex it around. Yeah, that works. Keep going. Okay, can you kind of spin it freely still?
Oh.
Looks good. Okay. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do now. You'll see on your base of it, there's two holes that the paper clip will slide into, and that's what actually attaches it to your main piece. So I have a little hole there and a little hole there, kind of near your back switch.
Oh, that.
So you can either twist it like I did, or you can keep it straight. It's kind of what sets your angle that the robot's gonna be at.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Okay. Allez. Embarque là-dedans, mon ami. Oui. Okay. Oh, shush. What I'm doing wrong?
It just takes a little bit of playing around with to get it right.
Okay. Just.
And then a little bend on each end to keep it in.
That way. Okay. Okay.
The last bend. Okay, now it's looking like mine.
Got it. Okay.
Sweet. Got that. So I think I also sent you two little black kind of 3D printed pieces. They should be in your little baggie as well.
Yep.
And what those do is it just gives your shaft of your motor some grip. So you can actually slide it on there and just kind of push it on until it's tight for both. Sweet. So if you were to set that on the ground now, it should just kind of sit up, I think, right? Or not on the ground, but just on the table.
Okay.
How's it look? Or the other way. There you go. Yeah. So that's how it's going to sit, and then it'll rip around. So you have two whiskers there too. That's the other two purple pieces. We'll put that on later. We're now at the step of soldering. So what we have to do first is prep some wire. So you have a bunch there.
This?
Yeah, so you got some solder. You've got your soldering pencil.
Hey boy.
I know.
Okay.
So you can plug that in, let it get heated up. You got a surface to work on it, perfect. And then you've got your wire to your left side. Yeah. So while it's heating up, we can get our wires ready. So I have some already cut and I have it all wired on there, but they're all tiny and it's black, of course. But there's little wires.
I don't have those wires.
Yeah, to your side.
Oh,
So there's 3 there. So there's your positive and negative coming from your battery pack. And then there's also the one on the back side, which we use later to tie. That actually splits the voltage. So you have 1.5 volts for 2 batteries. So together that's 3 volts. Your motors only need 1.5. So that back battery, when we actually hook it all together, it'll split that voltage in half so that we don't waste all the voltage right away and it doesn't drain your batteries too fast. So
okay.
you can leave that. You could leave that on there. That's good. But you have I sent you some wires as well, some extra wire. Just to your side, other side.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a bunch of that. So
Okay.
that's what we're going to use to connect everything. So if you flip your little robot upside down, I take the batteries out too, just to be safe.
Oh,
Because once we do have it all connected, it might take off on you.
no. Is it way? Okay. Okay. Okay.
So you have your wires. So what you want to do is you can kind of use your little cutters there and split the wire in half, or with your nails, if you can get it. Yeah, so we don't need it together, so you can just pull it right apart.
Okay.
Now,
Which one do I need? Red or black?
for this, it won't matter as much. It's kind of just because you only have 2 colors, but we'll try our best to make it work. So what you want to do is cut a piece about 3 inches long.
Like this?
Yeah, that should be good. Strip off a little piece on each end. And all you have to do for that is you have to kind of go around it and kind of score the outside of the insulation. So you want to be careful not to snip the wire. And then when you have it enough, kind of just pinch lightly with a little gap and pull it off. Nice. So you got some wire.
Is that
there.
enough?
Oh yeah, that's more than enough.
Okay.
It's better to have too much than too little because then we can always snip it down. So you got to do that for the other side, and then you got to do it a couple more times.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, sweet. So we can either cut the rest of the wires if we want now and do it for all of them, or we can solder one on and get you an idea of how to do that. Which would you prefer?
We can like.
You'll be actually doing it just to the kind of all the little connections that we already have. So we're just going to the switches and the motors.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. So the first one you're going to do, if you hold yours like this, you see your bottom motor. There's the one contact, and that's going to go directly to the opposite one on the bottom. So you're going from point A to point B. It's kind of black and you can't see it, but. So if you kind of twist the wires together and then you stick it through the bottom of it, there's the little tab should have a circle.
Okay.
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 Got it through.
Yep.
So that one we're gonna actually have 2 going through there eventually. So I wouldn't twist it too much more.
Oh.
So do you want to cut one more piece? We'll get one more piece stripped, and it's going to be about half that size that you have already. What we're doing is we're going from your one motor to the switch. So a piece that's going to be long enough to do that.
Okay, like this?
Yeah, that should be plenty.
Okay.
And then the fun part, doing that again.
Yay!
Oh, you're gonna be a pro by the end of it.
Oh yeah. Okay, now what?
So one end is gonna go on the middle contact on your power switch. If you're able to get that in. Perfect. And the other one is going to go on either side of the motor. It's going to be attached to that as well. But you want to put it the same one where you had that wire attached already.
In
So
the
you're
same
gonna
one here.
Yeah, you can go on there.
Oh boy.
So it's going to be tight to kind of fit both in there. Or if you can even kind of twist them together so the two pieces will cross, you might be able to twist them. And then when we solder it, it'll just make a better connection.
Okay. Okay.
Got it? So it's kind of nice because everything's already in place for you, so you don't need to hold it. So that gives you 2 free hands to solder. So is your gun heated up? Don't touch it to test it.
I have to.
Is we know that heat rises, right? So if you can kind of get underneath either the contact or the wire and then apply the solder from above, it'll heat it up, spread the heat out, and then as you apply that solder, it should hopefully melt and then create a solid connection for you. And one thing I do is you see the fumes coming off, I tend to blow or exhale. Normally you have a vent or a kind of a fume hood to kind of take up the smoke, but I exhale just to kind of, I'd rather exhale than breathe it in. So we're going to do the same for the switch and then also the other side of the motor on the other motor. Okay, nice work. So for the next one, what we're going to do is you see your, oh yeah, looks good. So you see your last wire kind of near the back, there's a single one. Yeah, that one kind of sticking out by the green bead.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you're going to wrap that around and you're going to put it on either side of that switch you just soldered. Got it.
Okay, now what?
So you're going to put it on either side of that switch you just hooked up. So I put it on the right side, but it's up to you. So it's going to go from the back of the battery to the one side of the switch. And all this is doing is that when you turn the power on, it's either going to be on or off. So it doesn't matter which way or which side we put it on.
I think it's fine.
Good. So now we've got the bottom half of your circuit wired up. Now for the top half. So what we do is we're going to need just a kind of a smaller piece, and we're going from the bottom side of one switch to one side on the same side, top contact of a motor. So it's okay if you make it a little bit longer because then we have a bit of room to play with. And it's okay. It might look like spaghetti on top, a little bit of a mess, but
It will. Okay, so here.
You're gonna go from the top half of the one motor and then to the bottom of the one switch on the same side.
I got it.
I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side now.
And the other side.
Beautiful.
Okay, now.
So now we're at the point where we're gonna have to do a little bit finer, a bit of soldering. So we're gonna have to do, see this, there's a green that goes between the two middle ones, and then an orange that goes between the two top.
Okay-ish.
So for this one, you're gonna have two going to one again. So what actually happens is, coming from that top, you have a black wire, right? Sticking out of the battery pack. And that's gonna actually go in on one of the same sides of the middle. So there's actually two on one in the middle. So there's a black, and then that piece you just stripped is gonna go in the middle as well. You should have that small piece.
Yep.
Did you do both connections, I guess? Yeah, so that's gotta go to the other middle side.
Okay.
Good
I
connection.
think I got it.
Yeah, hold it up to the camera. Let's see what you got so far. So yeah, we got black to the middle, going straight across the other middle. Now we're gonna do the same with the red. So the red's gonna go to the top one, your top contact, and then we're gonna cut another small piece that goes from the top to the top as well. So yeah, we're just gonna go to the top one. So you're gonna have two going into the one side of the switch again. It's snug. We're good to go.
Yeah.
No, hold on, we're good.
There's no more plastic there, but I just place a little bit this plastic. Okay. Yay! I
Okay.
hope.
Nice. You want to put your batteries in now?
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, if it works, when you turn on the power at the back, it should start spinning the motor.
Whoa. Can we Whoa! Whoa.
Yeah, that's a good.
Hey!
It went in the right direction. So how this works,
Hey, now what?
you have your little antenna,
My what?
the purple piece. It's like an antenna for
Oh
the.
yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Yep.
you can actually slide that over top of one of the switches, and they're going to be kind of crossed and look like this. So you put that one on that side. Yeah.
Okay. It's just how they stuck there? How they?
So I printed it so it's just other way. If you
Oh.
flip it around, yeah, it should just.
Oh.
And then if you do
Oopsie.
have hot glue, you can keep it on, but it should be good enough for this. Yeah.
Okay. Ho, 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 ho. Okay.
Okay, so it might need a little help moving, but what's going to happen is when you turn it on, it's going to spin the motors in one direction. It's going to move forward. When it hits one side, it's going to make that side reverse, and it'll back up, and then it does the opposite for the other side. So if you put it in like a little corner or something, it should hit it off and back up. Yeah, something like that. If you kind of send it towards that box, it should bounce off of it and keep going.
Yay!
Good job.
I did it.